Welcome to French Property Mastery. Please subscribe and like this video if you find it useful. I welcome any comments below. In this video, I'm going to talk about the taxation of rental income from furnished lettings. So there are two tax regimes, namely micro-entreprise and régime réel. So, micro-enterprise, micro-entreprise in French. So it is the most common one. It is good for small landlords, and so the status of a micro-enterprise declared under the scheme of BIC, bénéfice industriel et commercial, industrial and commercial profits. No need to be registered as a business, and then the tax liability is basically the annual turnover minus a fixed percentage allowance, and the requirement is that the gross revenues from furnished lettings do not exceed a particular amount, which is adjusted every year. So as of 2016, for last year, and so the turnover limit is 82,000 for accredited rural lodge, and then sort of touristy related accommodations, and the allowance is 71%. So if you earn 10,000, then you have an allowance of 7,100. For any other landlords, that is, for any other landlords of furnished accommodation, the allowance is 50%, and the turnover limit is 32,900. So, in any case, both of these are taxed under personal income. So let's talk about régime réel. It's a good choice if we exceed the limit, as talked about in the previous slide. However, it cannot be used by someone who is registered as an auto-entrepreneur or a micro-entreprise. There is a commitment of 3 years. It is renewed automatically for another 3 years if it is not revoked. Basically, the tax liability is simply gross rental income minus the actual eligible cost. Yeah, so the recommendation is to find an accredited and to be affiliated with it, an accredited accountancy body or an accountant. And if you do that, then you actually get a tax reduction of 915, because otherwise the tax authority have to go through all your files, and then they will then increase the gross income by 25% just to go through your files, basically. So the costs which are deductible: mortgage, if you have a mortgage, then the interest fees and the application fees and the life insurance premiums, so that can be quite substantial. If your property is mostly financed, general management fee, property insurance, so the assurance non-occupant, the non-occupying insurance, the local property taxes, the taxe foncière, the cost of a managing agency, so you pay 5% on the monthly rent, and or 5 to 6% really with VAT, and the guardian of the building, caretaker, and then the rent insurance, so you can pay 2% ish to insure against non-payment of rent. And then you can also deduct depreciation of the property and effects and stuff in it. but it cannot be used to create or increase a deficit, and it can be deferred to later years. So this works is a big topic, so I will dedicate a few slides on this topic. Deductible for building works. So so when you get the estimates and the invoice by the builder, the wording has to be very careful, has to be very exact, otherwise the work may not be treated as deductible. So a few categories. So number one, repair and maintenance is generally deductible, unless it is much better if it is not linked with some construction works, because otherwise if you have a small part of repair maintenance work bundled with a lot of constructions work, that may not be deductible. Improvement works, it is partially deductible. So on a case-by-case basis, the following have been proved to be fine: a new central heating system, a lift, improved draining system in the building, you build a new toilet, build a new bathroom, and a new kitchen as well. However, major construction works are rarely deductible. There are some exceptional cases. There was a case where there was two ensuite bedrooms into a 3-room single apartment, and there was no major construction work. So if you do it yourself, you can be eligible for deduction, but only for the cost of the materials. The invoice must have the address of the property rather than your main residence. You should take before and after photos as proof, and it is good to discuss with the local office before you start. Social charges, if you are not registered as a business, then it is 15.5%. Otherwise, this is more complicated, and you will be discussing in a later video. Thank you very much for your attention. Please subscribe if you like this video. Bye.